Hello beautiful people, Dawn, your tarot teacher here. Join me now as we continue the Fool's journey and step into the card of the Lovers, the archetype of union, discernment and divine reciprocation. The Lovers is numbered 6 in the Major Arcana. 6 is the number of balance, beauty and harmony. It is the number of Tiferet on the Tree of Life, the radiant heart centre that connects to all other spheres except one, Malkuth. Tiferet is the seat of healing, compassion and joy, qualities essential for any meaningful relationship. It is the place where divine light meets human experience. This card marks a turning point in the Fool's journey. For the first time they encounter others, not as symbols or archetypes, but as beings with whom they must interact, choose and align. The Lover's card introduces man, woman and angel, a triad of consciousness, the physical, the subconscious and the divine. Now let's take a closer look at the imagery of this card. Here we see the man and woman representing the dual aspects of the self, the conscious and subconscious minds. The woman gazes upwards towards the angel, symbolizing her conscious connection to the higher self and the realm of divine insight. She receives wisdom through intuition, dreams and inner knowing, the subconscious already attuned to spiritual truth. The man, on the other hand, looks towards the woman. He represents the conscious mind, grounded in the physical world. His gaze signifies the need for the conscious self to turn inward, seeking guidance from the subconscious. This dynamic teaches us that true spiritual alignment comes when the conscious mind deliberately connects with the inner wisdom that the subconscious holds. This is something we can achieve through stillness and meditation. Together, the man and woman illustrate the path of integration, where inner harmony and divine guidance are accessed not through external action, but through inner communion and choice. Together they form a sacred triangle, a bridge between levels of awareness, a dynamic interplay of intuition, intellect and divine inspiration. In this card we see that the scene echoes the biblical Garden of Eden. On the left, the tree of knowledge of good and evil stands behind the woman, Eve, its fruits representing the senses, our capacity to perceive pleasure and pain, temptation and transcendence. These are receptive energies aligned with the feminine principle. On the right, behind the man, Adam, the tree of life burns with 12 flames, symbolizing the 12 signs of the zodiac and 12 dimensions of physical experience, reminding us that even in the densest realms, the spark of source is present, and these flames also speak to the masculine principle of action, structure and embodiment. Above them hovers Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing and harmony. Their name means God heals, and their presence brings divine light and guidance. The angel symbolizes divine blessing, healing, and the higher guidance that sanctifies our choices in love and union. Behind Angel Raphael, the sun blazes with source energy, divine clarity, blessing the union below and illuminating the path of consciousness. The mountain in the background rises like a phallic symbol, a peak of self-actualization and the hermetic ascent towards the divine. It is also a symbol of pregnancy, creation, and the journey towards wholeness. This card is rich with the hermetic principle of polarity, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, dark and light, good and evil, intellect and intuition. It invites us to explore the sacred dance of opposites and to find our own true path through discernment. The Lovers is not just about romantic love, it is about choice. The path of the Lovers is about alignment, choosing what resonates with your soul, not just your senses. It asks, are you choosing from fear or from love? Are you aligned with your higher self, or are you tempted by fleeting pleasures? Are your relationships, whether romantic, familial, or professional, reflections of your truth or distractions from it? The Lover's card in the tarot is traditionally linked to the Hebrew letter Zayin. This letter translates to sword or weapon, symbolizing the power of discernment and the ability to make meaningful choices, central themes of the Lover's archetype. In Kabbalah, Zayin forms the path between Bina and Tiferet, representing a spiritual journey from structured wisdom to radiant harmony. This connection underscores the card's deeper significance, the union of opposites, the necessity of choice, and the transformative potential of divine insight. The esoteric titles of this card are the Children of the Voice Divine and the Oracles of the Mighty Gods. In this symbolic framework, the Children of the Voice Divine represents archetypes born from divine communication and cosmic harmony, manifestations of spiritual resonance and higher consciousness. The Oracles of the Mighty Gods embodies the prophetic and revelatory forces that channel divine wisdom through symbolic systems such as tarot, astrology, and Kabbalah. These poetic titles reflect the spiritual energies associated with this path, which connects Bina and Tifereth. This journey signifies a movement from profound wisdom to enlightened awareness, illustrating the transformative power of divine insight. Now let's take a look at the other correspondences of this card. This card is ruled by the element of air, and astrologically, it corresponds to Gemini, the immutable air sign of communication, duality, and mental agility. Gemini is symbolized by the twins, and in Egyptian mythology by the two Anubis figures who guard the gates of the afterlife. They ask the soul two questions. Have you found joy? Have you brought joy? And only if both answers are yes, may the soul pass. If you've been following along with this tarot course, you may have noticed by now how the tarot quietly echoes the wisdom of ancient Egypt, carrying forward its mysteries through symbol and story. Gemini rules the third house of communication, siblings, and mental energy. It is ruled by Mercury, the messenger of the gods, linking this card to themes of dialogue, discernment, and divine messages. The core meanings of the Lover's card are, of course, love, union and partnership, choice and alignment, harmony and balance, commitment and values, and divine blessing. At its core, the Lover speaks of union, sacred choice, and the alignment of heart, soul, and higher guidance. The shadow aspects of this card can reflect temptation, disharmony, avoidance of choice, lack of communication, insecurity, loss of integrity, and domination and unreliability. When the Lovers appears, it's a call to integrate shadow and light, to create synergy between opposing forces. It asks us to choose consciously, to love wisely, and to align our relationships with our soul's truth. Now take a deep breath and pause for a moment and reflect and ask yourself, where in my life am I being asked to make conscious choices? Do my relationships reflect my highest values or my fears? How do I balance intuition and intellect when making decisions? And what does vulnerability look like for me, and what fears surround it? What does my higher self want me to know about love and connection right now? Be sure to journal any insights as they come. And so the Fool learns the sacred art of connection. They discover that love is not just a feeling, it's a choice, a path and a mirror. Having encountered the divine in others and made choices that reflect their inner truth, the Fool now prepares to move forward with clarity and direction. Next, they will meet the Chariot, the card of willpower, movement, and victorious integration. Join me next as we journey into the realm of mastery, momentum, and the sacred drive toward destiny.